Gaikoku Gamers.
Bite-sized.
Welcome to another episode of Gaikoku Gamers Bytesized. I'm Mike Frazier, and no, I just released an episode not too long ago, but something was on my mind, and the more I think about it, the more I see it out there, I always makes me wonder, like, why do companies release such long gameplay videos of titles we know are coming out? We know what the titles are, we know how they play, we know what we're getting into when we get these games. Like, I just saw posting for another 22-minute video of more of Metal Gear Solid 5. And then you'll see other things like an hour gameplay video of this, an hour of this, an hour of this game, 2 hours of this game. Is it that we don't want to be surprised anymore? I mean, we've seen trailers, we see short demos, we get to play demos. I think back in the day, when we wanted to see games, there was just through magazines, screenshots and such, and we were all anticipating the big games. And I know we still get anticipation, and we get that butterfly feeling when the new games coming out, Destiny being one of them. But sometimes I think that can shoot a company in the foot by showing too much too soon. I mean, it's great to see the dev diaries, showing background information of how the game is being made, the process that a company goes through of making a game. But when they come out, and for me at least, and show like, here's an hour of gameplay footage, and then a month later, oh, here's another hour and a half of gameplay footage, it's different than what you just saw. But I feel that by the time the game actually gets released, you've seen the game, you've played the game. Well, I've not really played the game, but you've seen enough that you might as well say you've played it. It doesn't leave too much to the imagination of when you actually get a game. And I guess I can see some instances like a Dragon Age or a Witcher 3 or such, because they're long, involving stories. And yes, if you saw an hour here and an hour there, it's pretty much just the tip of the iceberg of a bigger world, a bigger story. And but I don't know. I always used to like to be surprised when I first pop into a game, and it's hard sometimes. I usually don't watch a lot of the videos. I maybe watch a clip here and there, maybe of a couple minutes, just to see the graphics and the style of gameplay. But I never watch the whole hour-long plus video. And usually, most of the time, it's their commentation over this, so it's hard to even focus on the games they're showing, because you're trying to watch and listen to the game, but you're also trying to listen to the commentation that's going on in the background. I don't know. I just feel it's silly. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's cool that they released multiple long play videos of games that yet to be released? Just so by the time they are released, we've pretty much seen the whole thing, and they do that with movies as well as trailers. I feel that trailers today just show too much, and by the time you've seen the 10 different trailers they have, you pretty much can stitch them together and see the final film. And that's what I feel like some of these games especially with first-person shooters. I mean, there's not a lot that changes through a first-person shooter except for the maps that you're actually playing on. So, in turn, once you've seen 2 or 3 hours of one, you've pretty much seen the whole thing. Story-wise, yes, there's some games that have a deep, involving story, and it's great that they show gameplay, I guess, videos of those, but I think it should be smaller snippets. So maybe 3 or 4 minutes here, 3 or 4 minutes there. Not, here's an hour video, here's a 2-hour video, here's a whole 24-hour stream type thing. Give us some anticipation. Bring that anticipation back. Or just give us demos instead of making all these, all these videos of demos. How about putting the demo for us to play, the gamer, so we can actually experience firsthand this hour or so of gameplay? Because it's always of a demo, it's always of a beta, and you keep saying, and then more and more videos of this going, so why not, instead of taking the time and sitting down and playing these, just put the demo up and let us be the judge. More demos is what we need. Though I do remember the only way you used to be able to get demos was to buy like a $13 Meg, and that actually brings up a spot in my last video where people complain that with EA's no Madden demo, and you have to pay to play Madden before it gets out through the EA Access program, and it's like $30 a month, $4.99 a month, or what? $30 a year, $4.99 a month, or what have you. But I remember having to get a demo disc with a couple of demos on. You have to pay $13 for a magazine. So in the early Xbox days, we were all pretty much paying for demos. Anyways, got off track. No more gameplay videos. Give us demos. That's what it should be. Let us experience this hour or so of gameplay firsthand. I think people are missing the demos a lot. You know, this is next gen. Xbox One, PS4, they don't have a lot of demos. And I remember all the demos used to go for PS3 and Xbox 360. I mean, every time the store would get updated, there would be demos of some sort. Xbox is moving closer to it with their free play day thing with Games for Gold, which is, I think it's going to be a cool idea, as long as it's for most of the big games out there, not just indie titles that we get pretty much free anyways with their Games for Gold. Anyways, I'm Mike from Gaikoku Gamers Bytesized, and this has been another Bite-sized episode. You guys have a good evening.